D last weekend, so kind of makes sense. I'm not too worried about it though. Slender, thank you for the gift. Preach. Nice, bud. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it. Who's your top 5 players? Paco, Scrap, MC, Joe, and then the 5th one is interesting. You could put Merc in there. Honestly, at the moment, you might be able to put Merc in there. Super could be in there. Toby could be in there. I think Toby's an underrated shout. The 5th spot is hard, but I think the 4 is pretty easy. I think you do MC, Hydra. You put like I don't think Nep is there right now. Yeah, I don't think that, again, Vancouver's been playing great recently. Throughout the season, you could argue Nep, but right now, I don't think so. I kind of want to put Super there, but I don't know. I'm gonna put Toby. I'm gonna put Joe and Toby in there. I think I'm gonna go Toby and Joe. Top 5. Toby's been really good, bro. I'm actually curious. Let me look up his shit. Toby's been fucking unreal, bro. He's been so good. Yeah, he's been fucking frying, bro. Holy shit. Oh, I mean, just this series, but when they lost to Vancouver, but he's been so good, dude. I'm a big Toby guy, man. He's been good. You think Falcons buy out better players / a roster for EWC? Dude, I don't know. I have a feeling that they might send like maybe a one-off roster, kind of how teams did last year, if you guys remember. Like LAG in Minnesota, like how they sent like random, or not LAG, but I guess Minnesota. Or like Ravens when they had Beans fill in. Like I think they send like maybe just a one-off team to just see how it goes. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if they send that their team that they have right now to EWC, I would be fucking shocked. And then after that, they'll probably blow it up and try to get some good players around them. Because they're a desirable spot to play. They have AG. They have money to spend. So I think the Falcons could be in a good spot for the future. But I would assume that they're probably just going to send like a random one-off team to EWC and see how it goes. But we'll see. What if Kicks comes back? I don't think that one's happening, man. I think the Kicks ship has sailed. I think Preston's the only one they'll change. Potentially. Listen, man, I'm not one, again, I feel awful saying it, but like, if anybody argues that the CDL isn't a friendship league, I mean, I'm shocked, brother. Genuinely. There's no way. There's so many players. Well, I shouldn't say so many, but there's a lot of players that have spots that like are not great. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of them. So I don't know, dude. I think Merc hit the nail on the fucking head, to be honest with you. If you guys saw that podcast clip he did with on Flycast, I think he hit the nail on the fucking head, bro. Who do you think they'll pick up for the ARs? Just challenger players, whoever's frying. I think even subs, they can pick up fucking whoever they want, bro, but just challenger players that are playing well. And they just send like the one-off roster. What did he say? He said that there's not a lot of talent in challengers, that there is talent, but not a bunch of it. And he said that the CDL is a friendship league, which I don't disagree with either one of those things, to be honest. I think there is talent in challengers, obviously, because duh. But in abundance of it, I don't think so. Watched the flank this morning when Zinni mentioned the Boston thing. It was comedy. Yeah. Zin's got a little bit of Boston bias. Or I'm just a hater. I've been a Boston hater all season. I just think that, I don't know. I think they're just content with getting 6th. Which, I mean, if you are, then I guess so be it. But I don't know. Who wouldn't want to play with people you know? I mean, I don't know how to answer that, bro. Like, if your team is ass just because you're boys with them, like, that's kind of fucking insane. That's the point. That's why CDL is labeled a friendship league, bro. Like, people value, like, hanging out and fucking enjoying your team environment as opposed to actually attempting to win and be a good player. I don't know. Like I like Pat. I think Pat is a little abrasive in a lot of the things that he goes about saying on the show. But if there's one thing that I agree with Pat on, it's that teams do not do what they need to do to win nowadays. I agree with that tenfold. I think he's absolutely right, bro. From the outside looking in and from the inside looking in as a player, like I didn't retire that long ago, bro. I can vouch for Pat on that one for sure. I don't disagree with him. Why do you think a team hasn't picked me up yet? It's just gatekeeping, Alex. Like, you're gross, bro. Alex, you're fucking insane, man. It's just this gatekeeping league, bro. You'll get your shot soon. Faye shows how you can be a friendship team after being a winning team. Yeah, bro. You know what brings teams together? Fucking slamming. You know what makes people friends with each other? Fucking winning championships, hoisting trophies. That shit's lit. That shit's fucking awesome. You see the end of Flank TV? I did, Clem. I hate to get called a suit, man. It's insane. Can't believe it. I think LAT make a change if they bomb out the rest of the year. No, I don't think so. I mean, their team's fucking insane, bro. The only time that I think LAT would make a roster change is if somebody from FaZe becomes available, or like Shotzi like leaves Optic on some like insane shit, which obviously I don't think ever happens, but I don't think that there's just not really any upgrades, right? The only players that you would want for LAT or team or players that are on other insane teams. So some other crazy shit would have to happen, but I just don't see a world in which that's the case. So they probably won't change. Plus, I mean, I think they have a good team comp. Even if they don't win like a shit ton in this game or multiple events, like they still won, and I think they have a really good team. So it'd be interesting though. Like imagine like Ant joins or something, or like Bruce goes to FaZe. Like it'd be fucking nuts. It'd be a fun shakeup at the top. Friend. Do you think any of these teams / players are just not great at this type of game? Oh, there's a bunch of them. Yeah, for sure. I think Optic's a prime example. I mean, there's a lot of players this year that I think have just really flourished in this style of game as well. It's not even players that are like it's not players that aren't good at this game. I just think there's a lot of players that like this game fucking like they're thriving. Kremp, Neptune, Kyler, fucking all of Miami. Like there's just, I think this game suits a lot of hyper aggression, face smash style sub players. And in the past, I think it's a really exploitable play style, but I think in this game, it's Joe, exactly. Like, I mean, I think Joe's disgusting, and he's been disgusting in previous titles, so I don't want to give him that label, but I think he's elevated in this kind of game for 100%. Like, he's in the fucking MVP race, bro, if Toronto win. But I think that this title has been really, really kind to just face smash sub players. I think it's been really good to him. And again, like in previous CODs, that play style is obviously good. Like if you look at like CleanX and Abizi, but I think I can't articulate my thought well. I think the average of that play style instead of is like the average of that play style in previous CODs would get punished. Whereas in this game, the average of that play style, think like Cap, for example, like Capsule, for example, or Kremp, we'll just use the C9 players. Like, they're obviously good, but I think that the average of like that face smash style sub is flourishing much more in this game. Whereas in previous titles, if you look at that style of player, like again, we'll use CleanX and Abizi, like you have to be on point to play like that without getting like fucking feeding face, essentially. And I think this game's been interesting for that. I'm curious how it'll go back, like how they look going backwards, because I think next year is like still relatively similar, so we might see it 2 years in a row. Who knows? It'd be crazy though if next year's title is like basically this game 2.0. Fuck. Ugh. That'd be interesting though. Even if it's Black Ops 2 maps. Yeah, if Black Ops 2 maps are in, that'd be cool. I think that my outlook on this game is low because of the maps for the most part. Like, mechanically speaking, I don't mind the game or the guns or the movement. It's just like it's just boring. It's just a boring game for me. Like it's supposed to be flashy and fun, but I find this game just extremely boring. Like MW2 style boring, which is crazy because they're completely polar opposite games. MW2 had no movement. This game has all of the movement. And I just view this game the exact same as that game. Unluck. Nah, the maps did cook this game for sure. 100%. If there's like good, I mean, the maps are always the most important thing though, right? Like maps are always the most important